Hello, this is Diana. This is my Trailblazers of the Universe YouTube channel. On my channel, I'm helping you fearlessly and unapologetically live your best, most authentic life. I am helping you break through your barriers and transcend any limitations you may have. If that sounds good to you, make sure to hit those like and subscribe buttons. Today's inspirational message is, the grass isn't always greener on the other side. So we live in a society where people are always wanting more and more and more, right? Never content with the present moment. Always programmed to seek more, to be more, to do more than they already are or they already are doing. Part of that also, I think, plays in to us thinking that the grass is greener on the other side. So when you think like that, you have a negative mindset. You're never content with the present moment. It's not good enough. You think it's going to be better if you move somewhere else. You're going to think it's going to be better if you're in a relationship with someone else. You think it would be better if you had a different family or wish you didn't have the family you had. You're never satisfied with how much money you have or where you're living, or you're always trying to make changes. And it's great to make changes. I'm not saying that you should settle, but some people think that just because they move or make this big change that it's going to be so much better. Sometimes that is the case, but what some people forget is that the grass isn't always greener on the other side. It's greener where you water it, where you are. And that's because you have to take you wherever you are or through whatever change you're going to make. If you want a better reality, it's a mirror. You have to change within first. It's an inside job. That's why you see so many people that move somewhere else, like they moved to a different state, they moved to another country, and maybe it was fun at first, exciting at first, or maybe you realize, hey, it was cool to have a change of scenery, but I still have these issues I need to deal with. I still am struggling with this. I still need to work on this, right? Or some people don't have self-awareness and they're wondering what the issue is. Well, the issue is you have to take you everywhere. You're with you wherever you go. Running from the problem isn't going to make it go away. Actually, what you resist persists. So the more you try to escape your problems and not face them, not confront them, not do the shadow work, not do the inner work, the more it's going to persist. Sometimes if you're really out of alignment, there will be more that happens to get your attention that something needs to change, like a roadblock, an obstacle, a detour, accidents, like weird events. Sometimes they're even catastrophic to get you where you need to go. I'm not saying physically where you need to go, internally where you need to go. How many times have you seen people break up with someone that maybe they had issues with in a relationship, and then they go through their honeymoon phase with someone else, right? It's all good. And then the same issues come up. The same patterns come up. The same thoughts and feelings come up, which then drives your actions, right? Then you find yourself going through the same cycles over and over and over again. Because the grass isn't greener on the other side. It is greener where you water it. And watering it, what does watering it mean? Nurturing yourself, nurturing your dreams, nurturing your mind, body, and soul. Doing the shadow work. Doing the healing, making the changes to help improve or transform your life. We have to really stop focusing on the outside. I know society has you programmed to think that you need to change all these things on the outside, but it's the opposite. Reality is a mirror. It's reflecting back to you your inner world. So if you're looking at your circumstance, no matter where you're at, and it's not what you want it to be, instead of trying to run from the present moment and trying to do all these extra things to make it better, you need to go within. What needs to change within me to have a change on the outside? We manifest through our beliefs, and our thoughts come from our beliefs, right? Really, beliefs are just thoughts you keep thinking, right? That's to do with your programming from society, from our experiences you've had during your life. Sometimes you have to reprogram your subconscious. There are different ways to reprogram your subconscious mind. You can look that up on YouTube. You gotta change the way you're thinking. All is mind. Starts in the mind. Then we change the way we're feeling, right, about this. Can you just feel differently? Can you feel neutral? Can you feel better about the situation? How can you feel better? Sometimes it takes a perspective change to feel better. That's where the beliefs come in. And then acting as if, right? Taking the inspired action. So we have to make changes, make adjustments. If you're still struggling to be content with wherever you're at, with your circumstances, It's not saying that everything's perfect right here. I think the issue is that society put this image in your mind through social media, through marketing, through the news, through TV, right? An image of what success or what the perfect blank should be. Perfect relationship, perfect job, perfect lifestyle, perfect amount of money, purpose, or just following your passions, right? We have an image in our mind. That's your subconscious mind. That image that comes up, that's what you're comparing it to, comparing your circumstance to. And then when it doesn't meet that, you try to run from your problems, you try to go somewhere else, you change all these external things, and just always seeking more and more and more and never being content. But because you're not seeing it's an inside job. There's nothing wrong with making changes on the outside. Of course you want to make changes on the outside, but match that with the inner work you're doing as well. There needs to be a frequency match on it. Are you thinking, feeling, and acting like that version that has whatever that you're seeking? We have to let go of the need for something to be a certain way, like perfect. It's just about accepting things as they are and making the changes necessary to match that frequency of that reality that we seek, right? But we have to know that there's going to be flaws, mistakes, things aren't always going to go as planned. It's just about surrendering, having a healthy dose of masculine and feminine energy. Like when we think masculine energy, we think being more grounded, having direction, making decisions, right? Taking action. And then the feminine energy is more receptive, receiving, surrendering, flowing more. We want a balance of that. If you have too much of either, you'll feel unbalanced, right? Everyone has masculine and feminine energy within them. So it's finding that balance. There's a time to take action, there's a time to rest. Just know that seeking more and more and more and more sometimes can leave you suffering because you're never content with where you're at. When's enough going to be enough? When can you just be happy with the way things are? Be content. Sometimes you have to find the silver lining or even joy in the small things. Sometimes we think joy has to be this big thing. It has to mean that your life is perfect in all areas. It's never going to be that. And that's the problem. You keep thinking that it has to be this perfect reality, this perfect way of being, or it has to look a certain way. And we have to release our expectations, have standards, and of course reject things that aren't matching that frequency and having boundaries with people and with yourself. But it's also having some level of flowing and being open to different ways of doing things, a different lifestyle, and that this thing that you want could happen in a way different way than you expected. Just continue to nurture yourself. I would always recommend when you're trying to make changes, and especially any kind of inner work, to do extra on the self-care, because sometimes the changes can be a lot to your nervous system. Especially if you're doing shadow work and things like that. You want to have enough sleep, you want to be eating better, breath work, meditation, yoga, exercise, connecting more with nature. That will help ground these changes and keep you at a higher vibration. And like prioritizing well-being is important. I always say that in all my videos. I'm going to keep saying that. You'll be more content with yourself if you take care of your mental state, emotional state, physical state, and spiritual state, right? And don't think that just because it might look better over there or the image that you have in your mind doesn't mean that's what it is. It can be greener where you are if you continue to nurture yourself. Nurture your own grass. Water and upkeep your own grass. That's all I have for today. If you like this content, hit those like and subscribe buttons. I also have a Facebook group, Instagram, TikTok, and 2 podcasts. The links are in this video description. I also offer coaching. So if you need intuitive guidance to help motivate and support you on your healing, spiritual, and or self-improvement journeys, my contact information is in this video description. Have a good day. Namaste.